Having your spouse teach you how to ride a dirt bike may not be the best way if you want to have an enjoyable dirt bike riding experience. When it comes to a husband and wife riding, there's usually one of them that has more experience or skill when it comes to riding. It could be the husband or the wife, it doesn't really matter. But when the newer or less experienced rider wants to increase their skill, what is it that makes it harder for the more experienced rider to teach them these skills? Well, just because you are a skilled, advanced rider, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are a good coach. For example, even though you know how to do a super technical rock section, maybe steep uphills, it's hard to know exactly how to coach someone how to do that step by step, especially if they're a beginner. So whether it's you or your spouse, they might not know how to properly communicate how to improve your skills quickly, or maybe they just don't have the patience to do it, or maybe both. So if you are the less experienced rider, maybe you feel pressured to ride more challenging trails or pressured to ride faster. This is a really good sign that the experienced spouse is not being very patient. Whether it's through words or not wanting to wait up for you, you just feel this pressure to ride faster, and this actually makes you ride worse. So you're trying to get through a technical section, maybe there's lots of trees, roots, rocks, maybe it's up a steep hill, but you actually end up doing worse because you feel that pressure, you start to tense up, and this makes it harder to control your dirt bike. So if you feel like you ride better around slower, less experienced riders, that's one sign that you probably are getting pressured to ride faster, whether it's with your spouse or your kids or just faster riding friends. And even if you're not new to dirt biking, you could have been riding for 5, 10, 15 years with your spouse and not really advancing your skills, which is what one of my students, Laura, was going through. She'd been riding with her husband since she was in her mid-30s. Now she's early 50s, and she wasn't really advancing her skills, even though her husband, who was a more skilled rider, was right there riding with her all those years. So what does it take to quickly build your confidence without taking years of riding with your spouse and not having the full enjoyment that you could have? Well, you may just need a step-by-step process to identify the bad habits that you've formed, which are super common and easy to do, and then start forming positive riding habits so that you do ride with control. And if you want to be able to do that, I got a guide that you can download today for free. You can click the link in the description below, because I want you to enjoy riding with your spouse or maybe your kids by having more control, even if you don't have a lot of time to practice. I'm Kelly Fager from Motocross Hideout. Learn more, ride more, so that you can stay safe and have fun for many years to come.